Hey guys, my friend and welcome back to another video, and today I'm going to be talking about how can we bring extinct animals back to life. Let it be animals extinct by changing weather or we hunted it down to extinction, whatever. Can we bring it back to life? And if we can, how is it so and how far is it away? The passenger pigeon, the dodo, the doo-doo, whatever you call it, and the woolly mammoth are just a few of the species wiped off by Earth due to the changing environments and human activities. Now, advances in biotechnology could enable scientists to bring extinct animals back from the grave, but critics argue that the practice would not only hinder conservation efforts, but resurrecting creatures that could not survive in the wild, because not only were they adapted to the weathers of the past, it was millions of years ago and they must have been different. First popularized by Michael Crichton's novel Jurassic Park, the process of de-extinction has become more than a science fiction concept. In the year 2003, biologists brought back a Pyrean ibex by making a clone of frozen tissues harvested from the last of these goats. The clone died within minutes of its birth due to a lung deformity, but the experiment provided hope of de-extinction race. And it just proved that it could be possible with a little bit of more advanced technology. Next is reviving the passenger pigeon. Can we do that? The passenger pigeon filled the skies of North America in flocks of millions during the 19th century, but hunting and habitat destruction steered the birds to extinction. The world's last passenger pigeon, Martha, died in 1914 in the Cincinnati Zoo in Ohio. But what if scientists can bring them back? Writer and environmentalist Stuart Brand, founder of the Whole Earth Catalog, and his wife Ryan Phelan, founder of the genetics company DNA Direct, wonder if it would be possible. Working with Harvard biologist George Church, they figured out a possible way to revive passenger pigeon. You can't simply clone a passenger pigeon from museum specimen because they no longer have fully intact genomes. But there could be another way. Using fragments of the passenger pigeon DNA, scientists could synthesize the genes for certain traits and splice the genes together into a genome of a rock pigeon. The cells containing the passenger pigeon DNA could be transformed into cells that produce eggs, which could be injected into rock pigeon eggs. That pigeons would be hatched would be rock pigeons, but their offspring would resemble passenger pigeons. Scientists could then breed these birds and select for specific traits as a dog breeder might. Eventually, the resulting offspring would appear very much like the passenger pigeon, but they won't exactly be the passenger pigeon that you saw in the 19th century North America. But this is much more legendary. Woolly mammoths. You've seen those stuff in prehistoric movies, but now you're about to see it in concept. Other scientists dream of bringing back a beast that roamed Earth hundreds of thousands of years ago, the woolly mammoth. Well-preserved mammoths have been dug out of the Siberian tundra, containing bone marrow, skin, hair, and fat. If a living mammoth cell were found, it could be grown in a lab and coaxed to form an embryo. The embryo, which would be implanted in the closest living relative of the mammoth, an elephant, it will give birth to a baby mammoth. But finding a living mammoth cell is very unlikely. But South Korean biomedical engineer In-sung Hwang hopes to find a cell nucleus and produce a clone from it. Dolly the sheep. The nucleus would have been implanted into an elephant egg whose nucleus had been removed, but this is no easy feat. No one has successfully harvested an elephant egg. The challenges aren't trifling. Even if other researchers succeeded in creating a mammoth, the passenger pigeon, or any extinct creature, it has to survive in the wild. This means having the right food and habitat and evading predators, especially us humans. Next comes the conservation controversy. Critics of de-extinction say that reviving extinct animals would do more harm to conservation efforts than good. I don't think it has any merit at all, quote unquote, said conservation ecologist Stuart Pym of Duke University NC. It totally ignores the very practical realities of what conservation is all about. The prospect of bringing back species from an extinction would lead Congress to support the destruction of natural habitats because animals that could go extinct could be revived in a lab, Pym told Life Science. Most species are going extinct in tropical forests, Pym said. Saving a species through de-extinction when humans are burning forests and destroying native communities is a joke, he said. Biologist David Urnfield of Rutgers, the State University of New Jersey, agrees that de-extinction would impede conservation. He said, "It's very negative, very expensive, and not going to achieve any conservation goal as far as I can see," he said. For example, the passion pigeon was a very social bird known to form flocks of millions. When their number dwindled to a few thousand, the birds stopped breeding. Ehrenfeld told Life Science de-extinction methods would produce just a handful of birds. Who'd say they would reproduce, he said. What's more, pigeons could be raised. The pigeons that raise them would be a different species with differing mothering techniques. The environment is different in every respect, Hanfield said. Temple took a more moderate view. If we are going to try this seriously, it's probably in everyone's best interest that the early attempts have a high probability of success, he said. Resurrecting a creature like the passenger pigeon or a woolly mammoth has a strong appeal to the public's imagination, Temple said. But the species are often hyped and don't meet those criteria at all, he said. And now I think, it looks cool and all to bring these back, but I also feel like they would it'll be a bit of a hassle to bring them and to have them live and adapt to the to other animals and adapt to predators and evolve. That would be such a hard thing to do for these animals because they lived millions of years ago, except for the passenger pigeon. Like the woolly mammoth lived millions of years ago, but now if you put it in today's climate, it may suffer and this may do more harm than good, but we don't know yet. We'll see what happens. But thank you guys for watching, and I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please be sure to hit the like button, please be sure to subscribe, and see you all in another video. Bye.